Even Apple, when they were like super vibing back in the day, think different. That was their whole thing. That is what marketing and advertising tries to do. Branding tries to really do is to get people to resonate with the message that is core to our brand. Now with Melanie Sanders, the core comes out as a menopausal woman. I'm tired of your shit. I'm just tired. I'm tired of caring. I'm tired of caring. Me caring about you all the time. You coming to me wanting some all the damn time. Because I'm wore out. Hello, everybody. I am your host, Christy Smallwood, and welcome to the We Do Not Care Club episode of Small Business Success Talk. So, without further ado, let's call this chapter meeting to order of the Small Business We Do Not Care Club. We do not care that we got a late start this morning. I worked till midnight. It's called balance. We do not care that our small family business does not measure up to your corporate standards. We are family, it's messy, and it's good. We do not care about your excuses. If I have to get shit done, so do you. We do not care about making seven figures with seven easy steps. We've done those steps. They ain't easy, and they don't always produce seven figures. About your quick fix. It's never quick, and it breaks more than it fixes. We do not care about your latest shiny object. We do not have time to jump on every bandwagon that drives by, even though we like to look. We do not care that we complain about change, even though we still do it because it keeps us in the game. We do not care that we are driving a beater vehicle. It's paid for. Mind your business. We do not care about your hustle culture. My kids are my hustle culture. In my case, my clients. So, with that, I conclude this chapter's meeting of the We Do Not Care Club Small Business Success Talk version. So, let's shift gears, guys. If you are not familiar with the We Do Not Care Club, you are completely missing out. Melanie Sanders has become this absolute sensation with with accidentally starting a whole movement around women who are in perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, and we just do not care. There's a lot going on in the world, and we just don't have time to give a shit about much, which is true. And at the same time, it just hits such a raw spot for millions of women out there that we've all joined the We Do Not Care Club. And it got me to thinking, like, what the hell? How do things like this happen? Well, first of all, I wanted to take it to make it the small business version because there's so many things even in small business. We as business owners are like, I'm just fed up. Like I am simply trying to get my business to work in a day, let alone all the shit everybody, all the gurus are telling me that I need to do. And here's the thing, I am one of those experts and gurus, and I still am doing my own business and trying to make it work. That whole 7 steps to seven figures thing, I literally sit in on it was a Verizon small business or digital business supported webinar. Wonderful lady. She's got multiple businesses that she has built and sold. Great for her. But here's the thing, there's a lot of things that she didn't give us about each of those steps. that she had the advantage that I, for example, do not. So there's certain things that, yes, those 7 steps are big chunks. Those are big milestones along the way. And if you do those things, it should produce amazing results because you're investing in yourself, in your business all along the way, which is honestly one of those steps that you have to continually invest in yourself as the leader of your business. No doubt about it. But those 7 steps may take 7 years. It may take 70 years. Who knows? Because it depends on the activities and the connections and all of the magic that needs to happen from point A to point D. All of those little things all add up. Now, can you get there? Yes. But can you get it in 7 easy steps? It's not near as easy as they make it sound. This is why I love and hate marketing all at the same time. Why am I still doing marketing? Because I feel like, especially in small business, we need a champion for, we need the champion that's going to literally be on our side in the trenches with us to say, that's the way we should go. Avoid this one because while it looks pretty, it's nothing but quicksand. And if you're one of those Gen Xers like I am, quicksand's a big deal. Or we thought it was going to be a bigger deal than it actually is. But still, the proverbial quicksand is there. So all along the way. So why did I want to do this morning about, the We Do Not Care Club? Well, first of all, I'm running behind on things. And it's important for me to get messages out to be consistent so that I'm playing the game of the algorithms of all the platforms out there. But I also wanted to have conversation that matters. And so I overthink it at times. I'm like, I'm not ready to record. I need to schedule some guests. Like when I say I'm behind on some things, life has been lifing lately, and it's getting in the way of business. I'm detouring too much, and I get it. I know that I'm doing that, and it's temporary. And I'm getting ready to go through a temporary season of absolute chaos. Like, what the hell are you thinking? I'm going with my gut and I'm not overthinking it, if that makes sense. So there's going to be some things that you see. Like today, it falls under, I don't care that I just took a shower. I'm clean and I smell good. You're welcome. I don't care that I'm not sitting in my normal podcast studio look. It's not going to get to happen for a while. Might as well start now. At least I'm here and at least we're doing it. This is a MVP kind of day. MVP, minimum viable product. Got to get something out. Don't overthink it. So at some point, like, what is the we do not care point? And it's that bar is getting a little less. I just want to be able to get some things out that I think people would want to have a conversation about. And knowing that, these are definitely hot topics nowadays. What are all of the things that we don't care about in business? Well, I really don't care about your damn excuse. I got shit going on too. Like I care about you as a person, but we got to get some things done. We got to keep moving it forward. Now, I say that because I'm in a position where I feel like I have nothing but excuses to somebody that I owe money to. And they're hot to trot. Like they're thoroughly pissed because I've not gotten them paid off. I'm in the wrong. I should never have done it in the first place. I signed off on this and I've not been able to meet my financial agreement. Now, will I? Absolutely. That responsibility is still on my plate and I am still working towards it. Is it happening in the time frame that I promised? No. So I have failed miserably there, but it's not me as a person that is failing miserably. It's kind of circumstantial, but the experience that they are having is they're not happy with me. And I get that. And there's absolutely nothing that I can do to make that better. Otherwise, there is OnlyFans, but no, don't need that. Any scale, nobody needs that from me. Nobody needs any of what I've got over here on OnlyFans. Um, we can laugh about it, but there are plenty of people doing all kinds of wild, wacky, weird things that bring in cash to pay the bills. Now, for most of my small business clients, they are not there just to make cash. I say most. I would say a good 95% of my small business peers, colleagues, clients out there, we're not in it just to make the money. We understand that money is necessary. Absolutely. Not arguing the fact. But for us in that group, it's more about the freedom in which we have the ability to make our own damn decisions. We are not um we're not hedged in by somebody else telling us what to do all the time, which is a weird paradox. Here's the thing. We have clients that want me to do stuff all the time. They're asking me to do things all the time. But the dynamic of the relationship is completely different than me being an assistant to somebody else or me being an account manager in an agency or a VP or whatever. I think my last working for somebody else title was senior account manager. And here's the thing, hierarchy is a thing in a business. So when you don't have a VP by your name or director or a C level suite, you don't really get the respect or appreciation or attention, the nurturing. I don't even know the right word. You're definitely not protected in a lot of corporate environments. Not to say every single one, but most of the time, you're just a you're just a peon, and that is exactly how they treat you. And you make one mistake, they blow it up in your face, and now you're a horrible person. You didn't just make a mistake that you can learn from. You are a horrible person because you made a mistake. So there's a lot of things about corporate culture that I would love to dive in and help make those changes. The first step, though, is that C-suite leadership needs to see that change needs to happen. As a small business owner, most of these small businesses are family. So when there's change that needs to happen, it's not just a conversation at work. Most of the time, you're going to have this conversation at home. Now, I love that I've worked with a lot of healthy clients over the years that they don't actually have that conversation at home. It's kind of a split. If you're taking your business conversations at home, then you do bleed over, like should be your environment and your conversations should be rhythmic. Have business at business, have home at home. If the two need to overlap, have an agreement about how that's going to happen so you know ahead of time, hey, something's happened with the kids. We've got this going on, we got that going on. Okay, that's secured. Let's get back to business. When you're at work. When you're at home, oh, did you remember to do the thing about the thing for the client? Yes. Did you lock the doors, set the alarms? Yes. Great. Now we can move on to business to life stuff, home stuff. So there's going to be some overlap because we are business owners and we can't shut shit off. It just is what it is. But we also know the higher intention level of when we do take breaks, it is seriously on purpose. It is not by accident. And so we put a lot more emphasis on the importance of conversation and those break times and what self-care needs to look like and time with family and quality things. Like meaningfulness happens a lot for small business owners because one of the reasons they've started a business in the first place is they love what they do and they want the freedom to do it. It makes money to be able to have a living wage, a livelihood out of it. So the other thing about this whole episode of the We Do Not Care Club, I was like, I'm in a mode of I really just want to do the episode. I don't want to have to do all of the rigmarole of looking fantastic and making sure everything is perfectly set to the point that I even pulled out my glasses. If you're looking at the video, you're going to see my glasses that I keep by my bedside. Now, most of the time, you've got glasses that have What are these? Two arms to it, right? That you stick behind your ears. Well, this pair of glasses, it broke. I still have the little arm, but the pin come out of it. And because I have no idea what happened to the pin, I just left the arm off. Now here's the beautiful thing that happens. I don't know who needs to know this, but you're going to know it. I lay on my side at night. And so this is the side that does not have the arm on it is the side I lay on. So I no longer have something. If I want to lay on my side to read, I don't have anything sticking to my head. I know this looks a little crooked right now, but it lays right whenever I'm laying down. It's perfect. And I'm like, it doesn't hurt. So I've left them because I don't care that there's only one arm on my eyeglasses to hold it on my head. I don't care. I also don't care that I don't have makeup on today. I appreciate that you're watching, but I'm not perfect. I'm here. I'm sharing the shit. So you're welcome. Nobody has to look perfect in a day. I also don't care that I have cartoon stuff everywhere. I am that person. I, I, my whole avatar is built around superheroes. Wonder Woman to be exact. And my whole business model, and I've been making this change on purpose. This is one of those things that's happening right now that I don't care. I don't care what other people have got to say to me about it. The right people are going to gravitate to what I'm doing, which is putting my being super method out front. And what is the being super method? Well, I'm so glad that you asked. Being super method is really about tapping into and activating our own superpowers exactly when we need them, the right way. Um, and not just so that we can walk a hero's journey, but that we understand our shadow side and the benefits of the strength of our villain side that can actually be helpful to our hero's journey. And all of that converges into us being very, us having identity integrity. We are holding together um, because we are at peace with ourselves and we're centered more often. We have the ability and the know-how. We now understand. We now know how, and we have the capability to be still while receiving what we need from our own experience of who we are and who we want to become. So it's very complex on the front end. Like if I try to explain it, it's very deep. But that's why there's a method to it. This is a journey. And so that first thing is like we need some self-awareness to start happening. If you are becoming more aware, now that you know better, do better. And then how do you do better? Well, this being super method walks you through doing better while you are learning more about yourself to be able to do better. So it's kind of sort of coaching, but it can apply to your business, it can apply to your teams, this whole method. And I'm still working on making it down to like 3 word explanation. That makes it very tough. But at the crux of it, if I were to tell you exactly what this is, it is being able to apply that hero's journey to your everyday life. Period. And we don't have a lot out there about that. We have concepts of what hero's journey is and how to be your own hero, but to actually have application to it on your day to day. Look, I have a lot of people, there are billions of people out there who love superheroes. And then the people who don't care about superheroes still love a good hero movie to some degree. Like pick a fandom. It could be sci-fi like Star Trek or Star Wars or Star Wars starts to blend into fantasy. Then you got Harry Potter, and then you got Lord of the Rings. Pick a hero movie. Don't care. The storyline follows the same. It's a hero's journey. And so I've always wanted to be a hero, always wanted to be that superhero. It's part of my own story of watching Super Friends when I was little. I always wanted to be a part of a super friend. And even Dukes of Hazzard, and don't come at me about the generally bullshit. Dukes of Hazzard, those are heroes to me. The Duke boys, especially Daisy and Uncle Jesse, heroes all the time. So I have grown up blending both my redneck side and my superhero side together as one person because that's just the way that I roll. It just is. And let's not forget my Disney love. My favorite Disney character is Stitch because, he's so cute and fluffy and rambunctious and yet strategic and destructive, but supportive and caring, kind of like me. So I know, I'm sorry, I've just rambled just slightly on this. But let's circle back and let's talk about movements. So Melanie Sanders, who started the We Do Not Care Club from one host out there, she was just very frustrated. As her story goes, she was very frustrated after a shopping experience. She was a long day and just like, I just turned my video on, did it, and shared it, not expecting anything to happen. And it struck such a chord with so many women that we all started sharing it. And you know what happens after you start sharing it? It starts to create this movement to the point that literally, like within the past handful of months, like this, don't even think this took a whole year, but she has been appearing on national TV programs such as the Drew Barrymore show, and there was another one, and she's getting like me, like emulated because it's such a yes. We need this conversation. I want to be a part of the We Do Not Care Club to be able to say the things that, somebody else always wants to say, but how do you say it in such a way that it makes it fun to talk about? Well, she just did it. And I was like, thank you so much for that. So when we talk about how do we, if we were really to break this down into how do I leverage something like that for myself? So let's take a strategic step back and break it down into what happened. So when we look at what Melanie did, it was a clear, relatable message. Usually, movements like this start, it's very simple, it's raw, it's emotionally resonant. So think about other movements that you might recall. There's Me Too movement. We've got the We Do Not Care Club. We've got other more positive ones, like even TED Talks was an educational movement. There was a civil rights movement in the 60s. There's the Black Lives Matter movement against racial injustice. We've got affirmation and belonging movements like pride and body positivity. We've got we've got micro movements, what I'm calling micro movements. Think about those trends that are out there that bond people through something wacky and fun. Um, like the ice bucket challenge. Somebody just started it as a goofy dare, but it evolved into a fundraising power. So think about those kinds of things. Like what would be things that are, but again, clear, simple, emotionally resonant. If it resonates with you emotionally and you're sharing that, then it probably will resonate with somebody else. I'm going to say this and it's probably going to, it might strike a chord, it might not. How in the hell do you think politics gets to be the way that it is? They are campaigning. That's what propaganda does. That's marketing. It has emotionally resonated with somebody on each side of that aisle somewhere along the way. And now here we are. Now, this has become an unhealthy movement of division in our nation, period. That's really all I've got to say about that. Because underlying all of this is a lot of villainy and stupidity. Delusion is also another one. And I'm not talking about just one guy up there. I'm talking about all of them. I this is not going to be a political conversation today, but That's my basis of it. But politics has done the same thing. So when we think about these movements that's happened in, societally, think about the movements that's also happened through branding. Nike, just do it. Okay, that's a movement in of itself. Like that is something that you can grab onto. There are even Apple when they were like super vibing back in the day. Think different. That was their whole thing. That is what marketing and advertising tries to do. Branding tries to really do is to get people to resonate with the message that is core to our brand. Now with Melanie Sanders, the core comes out as a menopausal woman. I'm tired of your shit. I'm just tired. I'm tired of caring. I'm tired of caring. Me caring about you all the time. You coming to me wanting something all the damn time. I'm wore out. I just want to take a minute to thank the sponsor of our show, 502 Hemp in Louisville and 812 Hemp in Clarksville, Indiana. If you are looking for quality legal cannabis products, they are definitely your source. If you have questions of what would work best for you, their educated staff can help you choose the best product for your needs, like they did with me. I was having some real issues. One, my hormones were raging and I was raging all the time, just not in a very good place. And when I went into the store and I expressed everything that was going on, they asked additional questions that helped them get me to a solution. And the solution meaning better sleep at night, my inflammation's lower. I have been able to just be a better quality of life with my whole mental attitude because these things work great. My preference is the Maria products. That is a special blend that 502 Hemp owners have created themselves. And I use the Ultra Spectrum CBD gummies, the blood orange. It's 1,000 milligrams. Like this is the potent stuff, like meaning it's the highest milligrams I can get, and I need that for what my system needs. You may not need that much. They also have oils. And so I love the full spectrum here as well, but they have ranges, and according to what you're looking for to help in your body, they can help guide you in that way. So check them out at either 502hemp.com or 812hemp.com. Or if you're driving by, stop in one of the stores and they will absolutely be able to help you out. There's no need to wait for a medical dispensary to open. They have safe, reliable products now. And if you stop in a store, tell them Christy sent you, they'll give you 15% off. And not only that, but if you order online, 502hemp.com or 812hemp.com, and you put in that discount code of success, you'll also get 15% off. So check them out today. And I very much appreciate them being a sponsor of Small Business Success Talk. Even Apple, when they were like super vibing back in the day, think different. That was their whole thing. That is what marketing and advertising tries to do. Branding tries to really do is to get people to resonate with the message that is core to our brand. Now with Melanie Sanders, the core comes out as a menopausal woman. I'm tired of your shit. I'm just tired. I'm tired of caring. I'm tired of caring. Me caring about you all the time. You coming to me wanting something all the damn time. I'm wore out. I'm wore out. I don't care. Whatever. And I've seen it. I have seen it with myself and with my friends and my older friends, and she ain't wrong. We just hit a point where we're depleted. Our capacity is gone. We're already fighting enough within our own bodies and our brain and our hearts, and just we're fighting enough as an individual, let alone you bringing your crap to me too. Get off my face. So I love that we have this We Do Not Care Club. I So love there's times in a day where I'm like, that first one I mentioned, I know I have a late start to the day, uh, but I worked till midnight last night and I took a shower. Like I haven't had my coffee yet. I have told people over the years, do not expect me to come to something at 8 o'clock in the morning without having coffee first. Because I do not do well with conversations first thing in the morning. I have to get woke up. So either you're welcome that I just didn't show up knowing that I don't have the capacity and it's going to be late anyway. I will make everybody miserable. Or you're welcome I had some coffee first. Like you're welcome that I put the effort in to make it a good experience for you. Seriously. And I am not joking about that. I can say it in a funny way, but there is truth to it. And that is what makes it this whole We Do Not Care Club a thing. We can do it in a funny way. We can say things in a funny way, but it is true. It's funny because it's true, as Sheldon Cooper would say on The Big Bang Theory. So there's a lot of things. When we have that one clear, relatable message, and then you have a strong symbol or action. So there's a word, a phrase, or visual that people can easily copy, share, so that it be a hashtag or it's a challenge or, one clear, decisive thing. The We Do Not Care Club. I'm tired of caring. And yet I care about everything. This is the paradox that we're in. Three, there's an emotion that taps collective frustration or hope. So, what are you tapping into? Their need for, I want to fight against something, or I want to build something positive. I'm working towards something, or I'm fighting against something. So, we've got, and what emotion are you tapping into? Are you tapping into angry? Are you tapping into the funny side? Are you tapping into hope? I personally want to tap into hope because hope lasts. Like, hope is the fuel that gets us out of bed every day. Like, I want to help people by sparking hope for them and showing them that it really can become a reality for them. Like, their dreams really can become real. Um, and if I have to share my hope with you to get you started, all it takes is faith of a mustard seed. Um, Lost my place. Oh, here we go. Accessibility and replicability. Now, anyone can join in with little effort. So, as Melanie did this video, it was a TikTok video. Hello, TikTok is free and accessible to everybody who wants the app. So, if you have that, and then not only there, because I did not find her on TikTok, I found her on Instagram and then also on Facebook. So now she's extended out these platforms because you can. And these platforms are all free to use. You don't own anything about it, but they're free to use. So you have access, very easy access, to not only see, but engage with her. And this We Do Not Care Club is worldwide. So, and it's also easy to replicate. So, like I just did, it's like, look, I look a little disheveled, but I did take a shower. You're welcome. I did put a little bit of effort into this morning. The next one is community validation through sharing. So it's got to be something worth sharing. Um, think about in terms when we apply this to our own business, when we are wanting the media to pick us up for something. So let's say you're doing an event or you've got some big launch that's coming up or whatever, and you are really wanting to get time on that local TV show where they have a community section and you don't really have a PR person. How do you get the attention of the reporters, of the producers of the show to be able to get on that to leverage their audience so that you've got to give them something worth sharing. So what's the hook? We would talk about what's the hook in all of this. Um, I have a problem slowing myself down to create a hook that's worth having. I know my faults in my own business. This is when I had some help, I get other perspectives. It's brilliant. When I'm stuck in my own head, I come to a slow crawl because my overthinking gets in my own way. And then I'm not getting out as much. That's why I'm just showing up today regardless. Go me. All right. And that all of that adds up to a larger cultural moment. So it hits at the right time when the audience is ready for it. Because there's sometimes we have great ideas and it falls flat because the audience just isn't ready for it. When you have that, there's this underlying vibe, that unspoken frustration is bubbling up and it just needs a spark. Or the, like, I don't know, but you could feel it now in society, like something's getting ready to blow up. It could be for good or it could be for total destruction. We're right on the edge of that right now. So I would love to be able to feed the positive side of things. Like, okay, we know everything is changing, but can we move this towards something good and not total destruction? Everybody, when I say I blanket everybody, there is it's split. You've got left and right. Left thinks that we're going to hell in a handbasket today. The right thinks we've got a new savior. Fuck it. I just want to make sure you are okay today. Whatever's happening out there in the big grand scheme of things, there's a lot that I can't control. The only thing I can control today is my input and my output, and then what happens in between. That's on me. I'm going to control what goes in my system. The the shows I'm watching, the music I'm listening to, the people I'm talking to, what are they saying to me, whatever I'm reading, whatever I'm eating, whatever environment I'm sitting in for the day. What is my input? I can control that. I can control what I'm doing with that input, and I can also control my output. The output is falls under self-control. So again, if I needed if I need a minute to go outside and sit on the swing and just breathe, you're welcome that I didn't throat punch you. It's one again, it's called balance. I I know I need to be able to do that. And I don't know if you guys have seen my face. I have just lost my train of thought. I I did just lose my train of thought. So there's a track. It'll come back. Welcome to perimenopause, people. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. It is so bad. Okay, so larger cultural movement. We're on the brink. I want to be the person that provides some hope for this world that will we will get through this. This too shall pass like a kidney stone, but it will pass and we will come out much better for it. All right. So one of the other points, and yes, of course I went to chat. I wanted to discuss this. I'm like, how do movements get started? And what are the things that really makes them? And it give me some basics, but a couple of these were like, yeah, you're not wrong. So what about the root of these movements that we've seen over the years? You've got struggle and frustration. We talk about fighting against something, but they also have the affirmation and belonging, like celebrating who we are. So I love it, and there's times that I'm like, seems like you're trying too hard. The body positivity thing. Okay, I am a big girl. I have always, since I was 5 years old, the story goes my mom put me on a plane to go see my grandparents and my bio dad in Texas from Indiana. Fine. I go and I left a skinny kid, I come back a fat kid. I was 5. Okay. I at 5 years old, I don't have control over that. We don't really start to take self-control of things until I don't know, probably now in my 50s. If we're being honest. It comes later than 5 years old though. So, but I've been a fat girl ever since. Um, and a lot of people would be like, "You're not fat." I am, okay? I have plenty of fat on my body right now. I'm also one of the healthiest people I know. So if we were to look at labs side by side, I'm pretty sure I'm way healthier than you are. I just don't look it. You can make whatever assumptions you want. And there have been a lot of assumptions made because I am a bigger girl. And you can take those assumptions and shove them up your ass. I don't care about your assumptions anymore. I'm still going to live the life I want to live. And you don't get to say anything about it. You have no you don't have the clearance for that. You don't have access to me like that. So anyway, but I do love the body positivity because I believe in my core, if we could be less judgmental of other people, we would also start to heal ourselves. Because the only reason we're being judgmental of somebody else is that thing that we're judging you for is the thing that we're not doing or the thing that we've got wrong. It's the mirror. Judgment is just a mirror back. So if we could like remove the judgment of things, I think that we could all make this world an amazing place to be. And oh gosh, the unlimited possibilities of the cool innovations and the actual, you know, yes, we can vibe together in an amazing way. The wonderful experiences, instead of taking them in micro moments, having more of those. Like, can you imagine having the best day ever, like at least 5 times a week? Uh, And just being amazed about how good it can actually get and be. And we start to learn how to be peace and content in all the days of our lives. Oh, oh, that would be amazing, right? That's the kind of stuff that I jazz with. Now, all of that come from body positivity. The reason why there's times I don't like it is because I do feel like they try too hard. I don't think that we need to have everything thrown in our faces, but I do like that body positivity is starting to show up in ways of letting us big girls, not letting, showing that us big girls can wear trendy outfits and still look amazing, right? That's been a new thing. And I say new probably in the last 10 years, 15 years at the most. Because before that, if you were over a size zero, you got frumpy clothes. It just is what it is. I could not, and I still have a hard time. I can't shop at Target. Target doesn't carry my size. So I'm excluded from a lot of places. I will it's a struggle, but I do have online boutiques, right? There's things. I'm excluded as a fat girl, but body positivity says you belong. I appreciate that. Appreciate the effort. And I love it for the younger generation because they don't have near um the shitstorm in their head about it. It's not it's not near as part of their identity. They're able to be a little bit more free. Ideally, like the path has been set. Still got a lot of work to do, but the path has been set. We just have to choose to walk down it. Now, I love me a good theme for those that are around me. No, I do love a good theme, man. We had a Golden Girls night here. I've had a Days of Our Lives group night, and that's just for dinner. That's just for a women's group dinner. That's it. I will theme everything if I could, because I love a good theme party. We do that for our annual dinner at the chamber, and we've had themes like the 70s, the 80s. We did the 90s. So for the 70s. That's why you see this. Oh, let's see if I can do it right. This, if you're watching the video, this right here, this is the 1970s Wonder Woman cape that my mom and my aunt made for me. And I wore the Wonder Woman from the 70s outfit to that annual dinner, the awards dinner, the gala, the fancy ass shit. We started wearing costumes. It was amazing. For the 80s, oh, that was a night to remember. I started out in my black punk rocker outfit, and then I went behind stage and changed into my gold Dolly Parton outfit with the blonde wig, the whole 9 yards, because I lip synced. I performed lip sync as Dolly Parton 9 to 5. That was a hoot and a half because when Dolly got announced, There was a lady in the back who's like, Dolly Parton's here. And then she turned around and it was me. And I was like, it's just me. And she's like, it's still amazing. And I was like, thanks. It was a wonderful night. I love a good theme. That's why micro movements, these trends that are out there, some of them are really pretty fun. We've done that for some of my clients when you have certain TikTok trends like the millennials take over your marketing. That was a fun trend. Come on now. That was a lot of fun to watch all of these older generation uh, say the not even the millennials, the Gen Z words that are trending. It was a hoot. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So there are a lot of things about movements, but at the core of creating a movement is you want to keep it simple, emotionally charged, meaningful, and that's really it. Easy to share. So clear, simple, easy to share, and emotionally connected. We as small business owners have to stop ourselves a little bit to be like, okay, how do I do that? I would say don't overthink it. I I would absolutely say don't overthink it. So as we go about our days, look around and see those things that are trending that even you tap into that you think are cool, and then reverse engineer some of that stuff. How can you apply some of these concepts in ways that may work to get your business to go viral, or the thing that's important to you, or the cause that you're a part of with your nonprofit, especially with all the changes. We all need as much help as we can to get the visibility out there to help grow ourselves and our business and the things that we want to accomplish in the world. So, with that, I have rambled enough. Oh, goodness gracious. I mean, I did take a shower, but I didn't actually put much more effort than that into it for this episode because, I do not care. And yet I do. So here we are. Doggies, that's a lot going on. All right, y'all. Have a great day. I'm going to go finish getting ready for mine. All right. Bye.